Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Reservations surface within ruling alliance towards ordinances and bills put forth by the government. Student union take it to streets against the social media bill. Prime Minister employment program fails to yield expected results. Just around 2,300 employed in 7 months, contrary to the objective of 60,000. Confusion clouds efforts to save Gaza ceasefire deal. Top-level Hamas delegation in Cairo for talks to contain the current crisis. Hamas reiterates full commitment to the deal. And England's miserable tour of India ends with another heavy defeat as they slump to a 3-0 one-day international series loss. Shubman Gill shines with the bat with a century. Nepal Student Union, a student political wing representing Nepali Congress, a ruling alliance partner, took to the streets to protest against social media bill registered at the parliament, while an intra-party faction led by leader Shekhar Koirala has also been pouring down on the government ordinances. Nepali Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa, a member of high political mechanism formed to support the government, has also been against the social media bill. The scenario suggests fractions within and among the ruling parties as leaders from ruling alliance are going vocal with their opinions against the ordinances. The party's leader, Shekhar Koirala, speaking at an event organized in Bhaktapur on 10th of January, had termed these actions as autocratic move of the government, adding that it was not his party's philosophy to run the government through ordinances.
अध्यादेशबाट देश चलाउने जुन हामी सुरु गर्यौं त्यो नेपाली कांग्रेसको कल्चरै हैन किनभने डेमोक्रेसीमा भरसक्के हामीले संसदबाटै नियम कानुन ऐनहरु बनाइकिन अगाडि जानुपर्ने हुन्छ त्यसकारण यो अध्यादेशबाट देश चल्ने भनेको छैन निरंकुशताको प्रस्थान बिन्दु हो भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ.
Leader NP Saad also reminded about Nepali Congress's principle that does not support ruling the nation through ordinances.
हाम्रो मूल्य पद्धति भनेको अध्यादेशको मार्फतबाट मात्रै शासन चलाउने होइन, सुशासन दिने होइन. हाम्रो मूल्य पद्धति भनेको दुईटा अधिवेशन का बीचमा अत्यन्तै जरुरी परे अध्यादेश ल्याउने तर सामान्य अवस्थामा कानुनको निर्माण गर्ने अन्तिम थलो संसद भएको हुनाले संसदबाट नै नियम कानुन बनाउनु पर्छ भन्ने मूल्य पद्धति.
NC General Secretary Gagan Thapa voiced to oppose the legalization of social media bill, citing inadequate discussion.
यो विधेयक गलत छ. यो विधेयक जसरी आएको छ यसैगरी यो कानुन बन्दैन, बन्नु हुँदैन, बन्न दिइदैन.
Nepali Congress, prior to the meeting of National Assembly, was preparing to invite experts to share opinions and convince about the need of ordinances. However, dissatisfaction relating to ordinances have risen lately.
यो 5 वटा अध्यादेश चाहिँ अहिले तुरुन्त पास गरौँ. त्यो पास गरिसकेपछि अरु त्यो भूमि सम्बन्धी अध्यादेशमा चाहिँ अलिकति छलफल गर्नुपर्ने कुराहरू उठिसकेपछि तीव्र रूपमा कुरा उठिसकेपछि छलफल गर्न चाहिँ स्वाभाविक रूपमा सरकारले पनि गर्नै पर्छ अब.
The Prime Minister's employment program aimed at implementing the fundamental right to employment has struggled to gain momentum. Despite a target of employing 10,000 people in the first 7 months of the ongoing year, a little less than 2,300 have received employment.
अहिलेसम्म 2215 जनाको यो चाहिँ कार्यक्रम सम्पन्न भएर उहाँले भुक्तानी पाइसक्नु भएको अवस्था हो. यो सम्पन्न भएको उहाँहरुको लागि चाहिँ हैन पुष मसान्तसम्म हामीले करिब 10,000 सम्मको अपेक्षा गरेका थियौं. अलिकति न्यून नै हो.
425 local levels registered 4,461 projects to operate Prime Minister Employment Program in the current fiscal year. Federal government allocated a budget of more than 6 billion Nepali rupees. However, most of the local levels are not able to employ people due to administrative delay.
निश्चित बजेटको कारणले गर्दाखेरि सबैलाई रोजगारी दिन सकिएको छैन। कतिपय सूचीकृत हुनुभएको छ तर उहाँले छान्नु भएको रोज्नु भएको काम चाहिँ फेरि यहाँबाट दिन नसक्ने र यहाँ भएका उपलब्ध भएका कामहरुमा उहाँहरु जोडिन अनिच्छा गर्दा पनि सबै चाहिँ सूचीकृत भएकाहरुलाई रोजगारी दिन पनि सकिएको छैन।
Ministry's officials claim that the success of the program depends on the performance of local levels, adding that they are the ones responsible for implementing it.
अनि अब यो आयोजनाहरु चाहिँ स्थानीय तहहरुबाट छनौट भएर उनीहरुले चाहिँ सूचीकृत गरेर कुल बेरोजगारहरु स्थानीय तहमा रहेकाहरुलाई चाहिँ सूचीकृत गरेर त्यही अनुसार चाहिँ हाम्रो बजेट एलोकेट हुने हो र कतिपय अब आयोजनाहरु आउँदाखेरि पनि ढिलो हुन्छ।
The program allows local levels to employ listed unemployed individuals in sectors like infrastructure, health, education, tourism and agriculture. Each local level can hire between 30 to 66 people.
बगैँचाहरु अथवा चाहिँ धार्मिक स्थलहरु यस्तो सरसफाई गर्ने यस्ता कामहरुमा हामीले लगाइराखेका छौं।
अब बेरोजगारको सूचीकृत चाहिँ ठुलो हुन्छ, सरकारले पैसा पठाउने कुरा चाहिँ न्यून हुन्छ। त्यसैले हामीले सबैले रोजगारको सेवा क्षेत्रभित्र ल्याउन सक्दैनौं।
The program prioritizes local levels with low human development and aims to provide at least 100 days of employment to the listed people. Experts stress on the need for proper implementation.
रोजगार सूचना केन्द्रको संरचना पनि तयार गरेका छौं 753 स्थानीय तहमा। त्यसले स्थानीय तहमा तालिम, सिप विकासका तालिमहरु, रोजगारीका अवसरहरु र वैदेशिक रोजगारका अवसरहरुलाई पनि सूचना गर्ने गरी काम गरेको छ। त्यसैले यो एउटा संरचना तयार भएको छ 6 वर्षमा। यसलाई यसै मासिएर जान दिनुहुन्न।
The Prime Minister Employment Program, launched 5 years ago, is in its final year this year. So far, 601,422 have been employed through this program. Now, in our Public Voice segment, we've asked in several provinces what should be done to promote the use of technology and mechanization in order to increase agricultural productivity. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सरकारले नयाँ यान्त्रिक किसानलाई दिनलाई भन्सार छुट र सहुलियत दिनुपर्छ।
किसानहरूलाई नयाँ नयाँ प्रविधिहरू आएको हुन्छ तर यस कसरी उपयोग गर्ने भन्ने थाहा हुन्न। यसको लागि तालिम दिनुभएको भए राम्रो हुने थियो।
बेरोजगार युवा हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूको सर्टिफिकेट अनुसारको सहुलियत दरमा ऋण दिनु पर्यो सरकारले।
नगरपालिकाले पनि राम्रो उपकरण दिएको भए हामीलाई जोत्न खन्न सजिलो हुन्थ्यो।
युवाहरूलाई तालिम दिन पर्यो र त्यो युवाहरूलाई कृषि सम्बन्धी प्रविधिमा जोड्न पर्यो।
कार्यक्रमलाई किसानसम्म पुग्ने गरी ल्याउनु पर्यो।
जोत्ने बेला ट्र्याक्टर पाइन्न, दाउने बेला थ्रेसरहरु पाइन्न।
जोत्ने ट्र्याक्टर चाहियो, अब रोप्ने ट्र्याक्टर चाहियो, काट्ने चाहियो।
सबभन्दा पहिला प्रविधिको बारेमा किसानहरूलाई बुझाउनु पर्यो।
कसरी बढी उत्पादन गर्न सकिन्छ भनेर त्यो मल बिउ बिजनहरु त्योहरु पनि समय अनुसार त्योहरु चाहिँ सहयोग उपलब्ध गराइदिनु पर्यो।
सरकारले इजरायल जस्तो प्रविधि चाहिँ भित्राउनु पर्यो।
जुन असली किसानहरु हुनुहुन्छ तिनलाई चाहिँ सहयोग पुग्नु पर्छ।
छुट दियो, अनुदान पनि दियो, तर त्यो युटिलाइज सही भइराको छ कि छैन हैन त्यो चाहिँ हेर्नु पर्यो।
यन्त्र मात्रै दिएर भएन, त्यसलाई प्रयोग गर्न सिकाउनु पर्यो कि।
इजरायली प्रविधिमा कसरी सानो ठाउँमा पनि उनीहरूले यन्त्रीकरण गरेर गरेछन् त्यो मोडल पनि कृषकहरूलाई अलिकति सम्झाउनु पर्यो।
अनुदानमा त्यो साधनहरू चाहिँ कसरी दिन सकिन्छ भनेर अब स्थानीय सरकारले पनि वितरण गर्न पर्यो।
स्थानीय सरकारले चाहिँ यन्त्रीकरणको लागि चाहिँ जोड दिनुपर्छ।
The Ministry of Health is to conduct a free non-communicable disease testing campaign in the Nepalese month of Falgun. This includes tests for non-communicable diseases concerning kidney, blood pressure, diabetes and weight-height ratio throughout the Nepalese month of Falgun. People over the age of 30 will be tested at local institutions. If any issues are found, treatment will be provided or they will be referred to other facilities.
यो वर्षका लागि फागुन महिना भरि नसर्ने रोगको पहिचान गर्ने महिनाका रूपमा शुभारम्भ गर्न खोजिएको छ। यो अभियान सञ्चालन गर्ने सन्दर्भमा यस वर्षबाट आएका सिकाइहरूका आधारमा आगामी वर्ष हामीले कुन महिना गर्दा कसरी गर्दा सहज हुन्छ भनेर त्यसअनुसार हामी लिएर जान्छौं।
In Nepal, about 14 million people are over the age of 30, and according to Ministry of Health, around 70% of the country's total deaths are caused by non-communicable diseases. It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what's your take on the incident of flood resulted due to outbursts of Melamchi drinking water pipe outside country's main administrative hub, Singadarbar? Your options are A, lapses in development work, B, project's negligence, and C, lack of coordination. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. The Gaza ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas has looked shaky since it came into force on 19th of January, but now looks the closest to totally falling apart. A senior Egyptian source told that regional mediators, Egypt and Qatar, were intensifying their diplomatic efforts in an attempt to salvage the ceasefire agreement. A top-level Hamas delegation has now arrived in Cairo for talks to contain the current crisis. The official has reiterated the group's full commitment to the terms of the deal. On Tuesday, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said if Hamas does not return their hostages by Saturday noon, the ceasefire will end and that the military will resume intense fighting. However, there has been mixed messaging on whether Netanyahu means all 76 hostages still in Gaza, in line with the high-stakes ultimatum recommended by U.S. President Donald Trump. Trump was reacting to a Hamas threat to derail the agreement on Monday. It complained of Israeli ceasefire violations, in particular relating to aid, and warned that it would delay the release of hostages on Saturday. In the past week, the president's new radical plan for a U.S. takeover of Gaza without its 2 million Palestinian residents has also changed the context for the ceasefire, which his administration helped to broker. On Wednesday, the White House restated Trump's plan while admitting that Jordan's King Abdullah II had rejected the idea during talks in Washington a day earlier. When it comes to the outcome of the 4-hour Israeli Security Cabinet meeting on Tuesday, Israeli journalists admitted puzzlement over contradictory and confusing briefings. Meanwhile, Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Gheit has said Arab states will fully reject U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to take over the Gaza Strip, and a Palestinian state must be established to solve the Palestinian question. Trump said on February 4th that the U.S. will take ownership of the Gaza Strip and redevelop it after Palestinians are relocated elsewhere. The Arab League issued a statement on the following day to express its opposition to the plan, saying that it would violate international law and threaten the stability of the Middle East.
I do not take the American proposition really seriously. I do not take it seriously. It's a negotiating position. The Palestinians and the Arab states will not accept the transfer of Palestinians anywhere. And they will insist on, if we are seeking a settlement for the Palestinian question, it has to be through the establishment of a Palestinian state.
The Egyptian Foreign Ministry announced on Sunday that Cairo will host an emergency Arab summit on February 27th to address the latest developments concerning the Palestinian issue and the Gaza Strip. Gheit believed that all parties at the summit would unanimously reject the recent proposal made by the U.S. Now, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in the U.S. for talks with President Donald Trump. Modi is on a 2-day visit to the United States. During his meeting with Trump, discussions on trade and tariffs concessions are expected to be high on agenda. Trump has said he would impose reciprocal tariffs on every country that charges duties on U.S. imports, in a move that ratchets up fears of a widening global trade war and threatens to accelerate U.S. inflation. The Trump administration has complained that India has high tariffs that lock out U.S. imports. He met with newly appointed U.S. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, a former U.S. representative with little intelligence experience, was sworn in as the top U.S. spy, with Republican support behind a nominee once considered one of President Donald Trump's most controversial picks. At the swearing-in ceremony, Trump praised Gabbard as a woman of great common sense and assured that she would work tirelessly to keep America safe. He also entrusted her with overseeing urgently needed reforms to the U.S. intelligence community to protect the rights and the civil liberties of all Americans.
So I look forward to being able to help fulfill that mandate that the American people delivered to you very clearly in this election, to refocus our intelligence community by empowering the great patriots who have chosen to serve our country in this way and focus on ensuring the safety, security, and freedom of the American people.
Despite serving 4 terms in the House of Representatives, Gabbard neither worked at a spy agency nor served on an intelligence committee. She will now lead an agency established after the September 11, 2001 attacks to coordinate the nation's intelligence operations, one of the most critical national security roles in the U.S. government. Moving on, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has warned if the U.S. imposes tariffs on imports of Canadian steel and aluminum, some Americans will lose their jobs and U.S. growth will suffer. Trudeau, speaking to reporters in Brussels, also reiterated that Canada would respond with countermeasures if need be. U.S. President Donald Trump is threatening tariffs on steel and aluminum, as well as a broader trade tariff on all Canadian
Wherever
imports.
Canadians are, whether it's premiers in Washington today or officials or ministers exchanging with their counterparts in the U.S. administration, we bring up just how interconnected our countries are. And the fact, for example, that we're talking about potential job losses in the U.S. Based on these tariffs on steel and aluminum is not mere speculation. We know that that will happen because that's exactly what happened last time tariffs were brought in on steel and aluminum in 2018. There were job losses in the United States. 75,000 fewer jobs in the U.S. because of tariffs they brought in on steel and aluminum, and those tariffs were even lower than the ones they're contemplating bringing in right now.
In 2018, during his first administration, Trump put tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum as the U.S. was in talks on updating a continental trade deal with Mexico and Canada. Trudeau said those measures cost 75,000 U.S. jobs back then. Trump says the measures will aid struggling industries in the U.S. Roughly half of all aluminum used in the U.S. is imported, with the vast majority coming from Canada. Imports from Canada in 2024 hit 3.2 million tons last year, twice the amount provided by the next 9 countries combined. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.